Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial on how to use Source Filmmaker. Now I thought I'd make this because there are a lot of people in my comment section who always, well not always, but there are some people who ask like how I do my stuff, like they always ask for some tips and all that, so I thought I'd just make a big tutorial showing you SFM from the beginning to the end. Don't know if I'm going to make this like in parts, but I'm just going to make it anyway. So first off you've got to find Source Filmmaker, so I think what you do is just type it in here. I think I haven't actually seen the page for Source Filmmaker. So then you just type it in on Hubs on Steam. You go to Visit Store page, and it will be here. And you can get it without having to pay for it because it's free. See, look, free. Okay. And once you've done that, the next step would be to go to the workshop. I think this is how you find this, but I can't exactly remember. Wait, hang on. Don't you just go to... Yeah, here. What am I doing that for? I'm an idiot. Sorry about the audio, my voice is crap. So you'd go to the workshop on Steam, type in Source Filmmaker, and once you click on here, you'll have all these models. It'll basically show you what's new here. And then if you search anything like Freddy, for example, it will come up with stuff like FNAF and, all that. So that's good. This is where you get all your models. Once you found a model you want, you just press the subscribe button and it will appear on your Source Filmmaker. Like, for example, press the subscribe button to here. Now later on we'll go on Source Filmmaker and it will give me the option if I want to have it on there or not, although I'll probably get rid of it. So this is where you get your maps, your models and all that. So let's get into Source Filmmaker. Go away. I'm so unorganized. There we go. So, when you make a new project, I'd suggest, this is all your frame rate stuff, this is how your animation's going to turn out. Now I suggest, forget using 24, 24 is awful. What you want to use is either 48 or 72. I use 72 personally, but 48 works pretty well too. It just makes the animation look awesome, basically. So I'm just going to call this, let's say, tutorial scene. That's not scene, that's scene. Right. And then you go to create. Now I'm just going to wait for stuff to load because my Source Filmmaker's gone weird and I have to wait for two things to come up. Well, one thing usually, but since I clicked on that subscribe button earlier, that should appear too. And of course it's going to do the whole not responding thing because this is a slow Source Filmmaker. It shouldn't take this long. There we go. So, apparently I downloaded that as well. I'm going to go to OK. That's basically what we downloaded from the Source Filmmaker workshop. And once you do that, once you do that, you'll have the models in there. Yes, right. And yes. Okay. So here you have the timeline. This is, I forget what each of these, oh no, it says, right, this is the graph editor, this is what you use to actually animate, but you can also use the motion editor, although I don't actually use that. I have no idea how to use that, it's not exactly helpful, but I should point out that in this tutorial I'm teaching you how I animate, not how it's personally done right. This is how I feel most comfortable animating. So yeah, and then you've got the clip editor, which shows you all your shots, audio, and overlays. Don't worry, this is pretty easy. Most of the time for this, I only just use the audio bit. So once you've got this, you want to get started by loading a map. Now here you'll have all your maps, and whenever you load a map or whenever you load a map or a model, you're going to want to have it set to workshop because it's not often that you'll use any other thing. But when you do, you just click on, I don't know, TF movies or TF, because they have some preset models already. or all mods, which shows you all of it, but that's just way too long, so I just keep it on the workshop personally. So click on workshop, and I'm going to find a FNAF 1 map. 1. That's not even called FNAF. Why is it all in caps? Oh, I don't care. So I'm going to go for this one. Now we just gotta wait for it to load. Fantastic. Okay, so once you have your map loaded, you're gonna want to go to the animation set editor, which is in, oh wait, what am I going to file? It's in Windows, and you'll find it here, animation set editor. And what I like to do to start off with is to just add a camera, because you'll find you're never at the right place when you first spawn in the map. So if I just grab my camera, drag it into here, you see camera, and you have to drag it into here, otherwise you can't start using it. And when you first start the animation, I suggest turning the enable lighting off, just so that you have a chance to find yourself in the map. See, this is a FNAF 1 map. A pretty cool one. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you a few things. If you go to draw game entities here, some of the particles or models won't be in the map when you first load it up, so I suggest clicking that, and then boom, there weren't chairs there before, but now there are. And there wasn't a Pirates Cove over there before, but now there is. So if I just show you that again, boop, and boop. Some maps might not have particles, but I'm just going to check. There doesn't seem to be any particles here. Okay, so that's that sorted. Next, we're going to add in some audio. Now, if you go to the clip editor here, and scroll all the way down to, well, not all the way down, but scroll down to sound, and go to music. I'm going to go to music because that's what I do, music videos. Now, let's see, what kind of music should we just try this with? We got any FNAF 1 stuff? Don't really want to do FNAF 1 song, I'm kind of sick of that. Jeez, I've got a lot of stuff in here. I didn't even know I had this much. You know what's sod it? I'm just gonna type in some FNAF thing. That's not how you spell FNAF yet again. Yeah. Let's try. Is the one I'm thinking of? Oh no, don't try that. Oh shit. And Source Filmmaker just crashed on me. Okay, so Source Filmmaker just crashed on me. Always helpful, isn't it? Right, so I'm just gonna. Ow. You probably can't hear that, but in my headphones I just got a whole load of FNAF song. I'm just trying to find one that's easy to use. I should probably have added something whilst I was there, damn it. I swear I had a whole character mashup in here though at one point. Let's try and find it. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. I think this is what I was looking for. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Right, so now you have your audio in here, and once you have it in here, you can edit it if you want. Just do that, and it shortens it. Yeah. And when you first get audio, my suggestion would be to take, like, if you have the song, then turn it into an MP3 file, and then find a software that can turn it into a WAV file. And the reason why you have to turn it into a WAV file is because with the WAV files, you can drag it along and hear the song when you drag it, which actually is really helpful when you're animating lip syncing and all that. Oh, P.S. I won't be showing you how to use human models in this one because human models are so difficult. Fuck. So now we can add a model in, and seeing as it's Freddy's song at first, we're gonna add a Freddy in. Freddy. Let's be more specific. Red by Freddy. Not the one I was looking for, but that's the one from Golden Location. So that's cool. That's an Adventure Freddy. That's the one I was looking for. I'll show you. No, now I'll do that one. That's what I love Golden Freddy. And not in that way, that's not a joke for the internet to enjoy. Right, so when you press Control, I keep on forgetting to mention this stuff whilst I'm going on. If you press Control, you can see all the different body parts you can animate of Golden Freddy or whatever character you got. So, like your jaw, you got your endo jaw somewhere there. You got your head, you got your neck. But what you want to do when you want to remove the whole model is go to Root Transform. And you're going to want to, you got 3 tools here. You got the movement tool, which is movement like that. You got a rotational tool, which allows you to rotate it in many ways. And then you got this, which does that apparently. I've never understood it. This one's also eluded me. What the hell do I do with this? I don't know. Anyway, so if I take that, and the reason why you don't just click the whole model is because, well, it'll do this. Do you really want your model doing that? I don't think so. So, you want to go Root Transform, drag him onto the stage, and place him where you want. There we go. Oh no! He seems to be too tall for this stage. This is where scaling comes in. So if you right click on the Root Transform here and go to Add Scale to Transform, you can scale him up, or what we want to do, scale him down a bit. So go like that. There we go. Now I don't like Golden Freddy's eyes here. I always thought he looked better with normal animatronic eyes. So what we can do to solve that, if you right click on the model, you've got all these things here like copy animation set, delete animation set. That's just how you get rid of the model. You can copy it, obviously, and then you can paste it down here. But if we go down to here, set body groups, you can go to all the different body groups, and sometimes there'll be different options. So like, for example, you can get rid of the body and you'll just see the endo bit there. Or if you go down to eyes, it's got a load of eyes you can choose from. So that's normal Golden Freddy eyes, kind of. Then you've got, what else have you got? You've got like endo eyes, I think. You've got just the regular eyes. So I'm going to use those. So, what's next? What should I point out at this moment in time? I think I'll point out this. Right, so sometimes you'll want an object or something to move when you're well, this is hard to explain. Hold on. Say if I wanted the endo jaw to move when the other jaw did, I'd have to go to the other jaw and parent the object. What you do is you drag it to, where's endo jaw? There. And it locks it on. So when you go to jaw, they both move at the same time. which is very helpful. Oh yeah, and obviously when you click on the animation sets, rotation and all that works like that. So I'm just going to pose him a minute. I'm going to pose him at like an angle, kind of looking down a bit. Oh, pardon me. Put his head down and ears as well. Now what's a useful tip is that if you click on a certain animation part here, press Control and click on another, you can move them at the same time. Sometimes that'll work great, sometimes that'll be a bit retarded. But yeah, that's just a helpful tip which works on some models. Now what I like to do to start with is, actually no, I like to do it before posing the model, god damn it, lip syncing. I'm just going to move the head up so it doesn't look really weird. So how I do my lip syncing, because I know this is something most people struggle with, but if you've got good lip syncing then your animation is definitely on its way to being good. You've got to listen for each syllable in what they say. So where does it start? It starts about here. I, it's just one word, so once the I starts you put the first keyframe there. When it stops you put another keyframe that's exactly the same as this one there. So the I'm stops around about there. If I put the same keyframe there, then you've got two identical keyframes there, and if you put in the middle of that one of the mouth open, like so, it will do this. Lip syncing. So I'm just going to quickly things you've got to listen out for the syllables. This is why you need to have a WAV file, by the way. Got to listen out for the syllables properly. So as you can see, the there kind of stops there. So I copied both keyframes, which you just right click both of them, then boom. You can also go Control and click them together, or you can just click them individually. But yeah, paste those there. Also, I just want to show you something. If you go over this one, you'll notice how it goes down in a really weird way. It kind of stays shut for a bit, like slowly goes down and then goes really quick. Well, to prevent that, what I've learnt you can do is you can add a keyframe here and then just click the movement once, or whatever this bit is, the rotational bit once, get rid of the keyframe and continually go down the line. I don't know how exactly this works, but it straightens out this bit here. Don't ask me how all this works, I don't understand it. All I know is this is what I do when I animate, and that's the point of this video. So, as you can see, lip syncing. So I'm just going to do this whole bit, and I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, so now we have our lip syncing, so if I just play... Obviously it's not going to look that great at the moment because this is just a preview, but I'll show you at the end the whole animation, you know, when it's done. I might go back though and open the mouth a bit more. No, that's alright how it is. So if I just quickly go back to start and put his body back where it was, and the head going down. I'm also going to shut the eyelids quickly. Let's see. Sometimes you'll have to go in this bit. So there we go. I think next is just the movement. I always start with lip syncing and then I do the other bits of movement. So obviously he's going to, I think he shall rise like this. if you have a keyframe, the basic rules of animation when it comes to the movement is, if you have a keyframe one bit, and then move to make a different keyframe at another bit, it's going to do that movement. Nothing exactly groundbreaking. The only thing groundbreaking here is the music. Haha. Because, get it? Groundbreaking made... Fuck you. Anyway, so, just move the arms. So now his whole body just moves forward a bit. And the head. Now, my one suggestion, move the ears. It won't look right if you don't move the ears, really. I mean, you can do whatever you want, show animation, but it'd be better if you move the ears. And when moving the ears, I'd suggest going around about the middle of the two keyframes. And imagine if those were actual, like, ears of a... this is hard to explain. If the ears were going in one direction, they'd probably start moving in another before they go in that direction. So, for example, if I just bend these this way, they're being pushed forward before they go back. So if you see here, makes sense? And vice versa, if they were going the other way, they'd do the other. Yeah, I hope you get that. And sometimes I like to do that for the head too, because it gives I think it gives a good effect. Like that. Like that, yeah. Just be careful of clipping. But yeah. Oh, we haven't even positioned the camera in a nice position to start with. So let's just put it up here for now. Oh, with the camera, you've got things like field of view here. You can play around with the field of view. Sometimes a close-up works, sometimes zoomed out is better. Now, when I find what I find with movements, I haven't even opened his eyelids, one sec. Oh yeah, if you click the whole thing, obviously it clicks all of these, and you can hold control and click them to unclick some of them. I'm not sure if I said that. Just going to open the eyelids quick. Yeah. There we go. Now, I tend to cheat when it comes to animations. I'm just going to move the eyes a minute. Hold on a minute. Click on the eyes. I tend to cheat a bit when it comes to my animations. So, whenever you don't need a body part moved, but it moved in the last bit to make it feel more natural and to make it still moving, I'll just unclick that. You can literally go here, and if you put a keyframe there that's the same as that keyframe, you'll see that there's a slight bit of movement there. So, just makes it feel a bit more natural sometimes. But you have to unclick the jaw, because remember when I showed you earlier that if you put what's the end of it? Put a keyframe here and go down the line, doing that. I don't know why, but that's kind of interferes with the whole movement bit here. You can see down there, there's a red line, goes straight here, but then it curves all the way there. Yeah, it interferes with that. So, yeah. And I have no idea why there's a keyframe. But yeah, I like to cheat my animations like that. Just makes it a lot easier. So I'm just gonna quickly animate this. Okay, so now that we've animated a basic scene with this guy, we're going to want to do the other things, such as camera movement. Now basically the camera works as everything else, same as everything else. Here you've got the work camera, which you can use to just go around and change stuff on the model easier. And then you've got the normal camera, which is this thing here. You have to be clicked on this camera to use it, but once you... let's see, I'm in the right place. Once you move it like this, it will make the camera move. And at this point you can use the camera however you like. I'm just doing something basic right now, so you're just seeing this. So, anyway, now is the lighting, because if I just enable that, you'll see there is none. If we go to here and add a light here, you can see it's very bright at the moment. We need to sort that out, but first, I find that the lighting looks better. I'm not sure what words to use it apart from better. If you take the shadow a 10 all the way down, and the shadow filter size to about 0.02. Now, I don't exactly know how that changes it, but it does. Now when I do my lighting, I have one basic light that's basically colourless, and I just take the intensity down to 0.05 when it's kind of dark lighting, and vertical FOV all the way up, so it looks like that. But that's not the end of my lighting. I add a few more in, and these lights, I'm going to make them brighter. I just quickly turn the FOV all the way up, because that's what I do with all my lights. If I make them like 0.01, and then change the colour to suit the environment, gives off a better feel. Let's see, cyan, new, purple could work. Let's do purple. And then make another one. Now this light could either be the same colour as the last one you did, or you can play around and change the colour of it a bit. So, go to vertical FOV. I'm going to change the colour with this one. Make it a kind of yellowy colour. So go into camera. That's what it looks like, although I'd suggest doing the animation after this bit incompletely, and it will like disable lighting mode because it can get a bit laggy. But there's one more light that I usually add in. Now this isn't always added in for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I'm gonna take this light above Freddy's, or call him Freddy's head. I'm going through the roof here. Hold on. Gonna just quickly change the FOV, add in a new light. Don't ask why I'm doing this, because I can't be asked to explain it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now I go into light 4, do the whole shadow radius down thing, or whatever this shadow 10 shadow filter size. Take that down, put this to 0.01. Now this is the only light I never put a vertical FOV on. I'm going to take the green and put it down here, just behind the sea. Take the blue and put that just a bit behind the green. And if I place the light above Freddy's head, usually just gives a bit of a glow kind of thing. Makes it more natural, maybe? Maybe that's the one. Obviously the ceiling's a bit narrow, so this is difficult for me to do, but do it like that. And I feel that it just makes the animation look a lot cooler. Now, in this animation, you're not just going to want to be in this view the whole time, are you? you're going to want to change where you are, change stuff like that. Now, a usual person or a normal person would probably use this bit up here, which are the shots for that. But I've never used this bit because I don't understand how it works, which is not exactly helpful. But if you have an editing software like Sony Vegas here, then you could always just render these in small bits every time you finish a shot. Go to export, movie, press save. You're going to want to find a place to save all your things here. Sequence, custom, and place in the number where your scene stops. So for me right now that's 3.959. Gonna want to find a folder to put it in. I've got all these folders of parts and stuff, so just go tutorial sin. No, why do I keep on putting an R there? Copy that, and I'm gonna call this tutorial sin 1, and then I'm going to quickly export that. Okay, so I just exported my scene here, and what I tend to do after that has exported is I get the audio, I drag it along here, done. There, I stop it where my keyframe is, which is here. Then I take the audio, put it at 0, and I delete all the keyframes that I have. What I tend to do when it comes to the model is I add key ahead here. I go to select all, I deselect that keyframe, I delete all the others so that my model stays exactly like that. I'm just going to put that at 0. Good. So now you could literally just start fresh animating the next bit. Just gonna make this one basic. Just gonna have him open his eyes. Quite a basic one, to be honest. But basic shots aren't always bad. So I'm just gonna add a few things there. Open his eyes there. I'd open his eyes there. Now whilst I'm doing this, I just want to point out that animating is not always going to be easy, it's not always going to be quick. It might take days to make a full animation, or weeks, but it'll be worth it once it's done. Just put the thing there for the eyes. I'm going to open them again, but I'm going to make him seem a bit more angry. Good. See, look at that badassery. I'm going to change the eyebrows too. Royally pissed. Right, so I'm just gonna put there. So the scene is this. Take it upon myself and make sure no one hurts me. So I'm going to export this one, but before I do, I just want to point out a few problems that you may have when animating. So if you're doing the whole camera bit and it goes a bit weird, like for example, if I just do a movement like this, you can see that the camera doesn't go straight forward now, it kind of just turns to the left a bit, or right, whatever your point of view is. If you just put a keyframe in front of this one here, it should fix it, but sometimes it might be this one that you need to put the keyframe in front of, but it would fix it. See, like that. So, that was just an example. If you try to move a body part or something of a model, and for some reason it goes from being like that or something, it moves a little bit, but then it just clicks into place straight away kind of thing. So, for example, if I just move that there, this isn't how the problem would be, but if it happened something like that, then you would have to add a keyframe there or something, click on there, and then delete it. Hard to explain, but without the problem actually happening, but it would be something like that. So, whatever, this is really difficult to explain. What I'm going to do is, after this tutorial, because I probably didn't explain everything that I needed to, but after this tutorial, if you guys have any problems or anything you want to ask about, then put them in the comments, and I'll make a second video specifically for those kind of problems. So, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully after this tutorial you'll be able to make some cool animations like this one. I'm the one who has to get my hands dirty, take it upon myself and make sure no one hurts me. I'm no different, but the others, they chose me. They call me pretty, so just follow my lead. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.